Okay, so I'm going to just begin in a comfortable seat. Just hands on the thighs and just kind of crown of the head really lifting up and just finding myself arriving. This is one of those times, it's Thanksgiving, and I was writing a list of things I'm grateful for. And it turned into like a speech at the Oscars. Like, you know, I want to thank my mom and my dad, and I want to thank you know, and I started to feel quite self-indulgent. Not that gratitude isn't wonderful, it's a really great emotion, but there are also lots of challenges at the moment. And I think sometimes gratitude can be one of those things where we kind of push gratitude on other people. Like, I'm so grateful. And actually there are other emotions. So for me, place where real gratitude really shows up is when I practice yoga really calmly, really intentionally, and when I really take the breaths that I need. I find that there are certain postures that really bring out that feeling of gratitude without it being kind of overdone. It doesn't have to be overworked. So hopefully we can get into a kind of grateful space today as we move through some yoga postures. So I shall begin with the Sanskrit mantra that honors all of our teachers. Om Magyana Timanandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurum Militanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. And I'm going to begin by drawing a deep breath into the belly and then all the way up into the upper chest. And exhaling. And inhaling nice and deeply from the low belly into the upper chest. That slight constriction in the throat that just gives that sound, the ujjayi breath. And then on the next inhale, bring the left hand down and bringing the right arm up. And allowing that right arm just to kind of come over the head and really stretch out that right side body. Looking up to the fingers of the right hand and inhaling nice and deeply. And exhaling. One more deep breath. And exhaling. Letting that hand come down, and on the inhale, bringing the other arm up, the left arm comes up, and just stretching out on the exhale, feeling that left side body just opening up. Very early in the practice, just listening to the noise of the breath, and exhaling, just bringing that back down. Good. Left ear to left shoulder on the inhale, rolling it back. Right ear to right shoulder, and then exhaling, come forward. Inhale, and around. Inhale, and around. And then the other way, inhale, right ear to right shoulder, and around. Inhale, exhale out. Inhale, and head back to center. Very nice, very nice. Good. I feel the need to do a supported side plank here for some reason. So bringing that knee down, the right knee, and just bringing the right hand down. The left foot extends out and the left arm comes up. Nice early, just a supported side plank. And as we inhale, just noticing, it's as if someone's giving that left hand just a high five. That's opening the line of the chest. And you should feel the opening of the hip all the way down into the foot. And really opening nice and easy with the breath. That breath again coming all the way from the low belly, filling the chest all the way up. Just experiencing the body in its current state. Noticing if there are any messages coming from, say, the hip or perhaps the wrists. Just really being aware of the body and what messages it's sending us this early in the practice. Good. Exhale, left arm comes down, sweeps over to the left side, and we just swap sides on that side, supported side plank. So the right foot comes down, and the right hand comes up, left knee down, left hand down, and again, it's as if someone's giving my right hand a delicate high five, so this chest is opening. Good, and I feel that opening all the way down through to the right foot, up in through that right hip. And again, listening for those messages. What's the body telling me at this point in the practice? Inhaling from the low belly into the upper chest. And on the exhale, just bringing that right arm down. We'll come into a cat-cow shape. So starting from that comfortable tabletop, yeah? And then on the inhale, coming up from the cow. And on the exhale, coming over into a cat shape. Please take 3 or 4 of these on your own time. So moving with your breath, moving with your body, and just allowing yourself to find yourself on the mat. Just maybe adding intuitive movement in the hips, but sticking with the breath. Inhaling for those cows and exhaling over for those cats. One more cat-cow or cow-cat here. Very nice. Let's extend that right leg out. So the ball of the right foot comes down onto the mat. And just rolling back and forth on that right ball of that right foot. Just to open up that right hamstring or hamstrings. Kind of, again, listening for any tension, tightness in the hamstrings, or perhaps they're feeling very relaxed and open. Either way is fine. And then I'm just going to lift that right foot off the mat and extend the left arm out in front of me, just to kind of engage the core there. I'm sucking the navel into the spine so that on the exhale, I can bring that left elbow to the right knee. And I can inhale just to bring it out again. And then exhale once again, touching the left elbow to the right knee, and then coming back to a comfortable tabletop. Very nice. Inhaling to extend the left foot out behind me, ball of the left foot, rolling back and forth on that. Very nice. Inhaling deeply into those hamstrings. And again, listening for any difference perhaps in the left side from the right side from the left. Just noticing those hamstrings coming awake and allowing them to tell us what they're thinking. Inhaling just to raise that left leg up. And again, the right arm comes out in front of me. Just feeling the core there. Inhaling to bring the navel into the spine, and exhaling just to bring that right elbow to the left knee. Inhaling to come long once again, and exhaling right elbow to left knee, and then bringing my hand back down to the mat. Comfortable tabletop, very nice. Just making sure that the hands are spread nicely on the mat, looking between the fingers. I can see lots of the mat there, and just tucking the toes and coming over those toes for my first downward dog. Nice to keep the knees bent at this stage. No need to overdo any downward dogs in the first instance. Maybe pedaling out the feet, if that's comfortable for you. Maybe keeping the bend in both knees and just feeling the first downward dog of the day. I like to bring my ears between the line of my shoulder blades, my shoulders. That I always find gives a nice bend in the lower back, which is really where I'm focusing. And then if I can, maybe I want to lengthen out one leg and then the other, making sure all 4 corners of the hands are pressing down. And again, you know, there's no right downward dog, there's no wrong downward dog. We're just trying to find ours for today. So on the inhale, I'm going to roll forward just into a plank pose. That plank pose should be the same distance. We shouldn't need to adjust the distance. And then exhaling to come back to downward facing dog. Very nice. And let's just breathe one deep breath here. And exhaling. And then inhale just to walk slowly forward between the hands. Taking maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 steps into a forward fold. And then exhaling to fold forward over the knees. If you want, you can leave the hands on the ground. That's totally cool. Or if you want to bring hands to opposite elbows, perhaps keeping a bend in the knees just to keep the belly in contact with the thighs. This is a posture that I always find myself feeling most grateful in. That sort of arrival
Maybe a slight release in the lower back. Just a sense of gratitude often comes with this pose. And now I'm going to ragdoll up. So it's as if someone's pulling a string that's attached between my shoulder blades. I'm just rising up into Tadasana, mountain pose. I'm going to bring the hands overhead today. So the hands are overhead and the hands are spread wide. And the goal here is just to give a kind of wide Tadasana, kind of gratitude Tadasana pose. Yeah. So I'm keeping the navel tucked into the spine. The shoulders are still over the line of the hips, and I'm pressing down through all four corners of the feet. My core is engaged, but I'm also feeling a sense of opening in the chest. Good. And then exhaling just to bring the hands to heart center, the sort of classic gratitude posture. Good. As you set your intention today, I would invite you to think of something you're very grateful for. And then on the inhale, let's rise the hands up overhead once again in that wide open posture. And then exhaling to fold forward, hinging at the hips into another forward fold. That's nice. On the inhale, halfway lift, flat back, really opening the back there. And on the exhale, let's step that right leg back, dropping the right knee, untucking the right toes, and inhaling up into our first Anjaneyasana. And again, with those wide arms, as if we're sort of catching the sun, feeling that real gratitude. Slight opening in the right hip here, inhaling deeply into the posture, lower belly into the upper chest. And on the exhale, with control, just framing that front foot and bringing it to the back for downward facing dog. Nice. Inhaling, rolling forward into plank, and exhaling for knees, chest, and chin. Very early in the practice, inhaling for a baby cobra, and exhaling to come over once again into downward facing dog. Any point in the practice, you're welcome to take a child's pose, relax, there's no pressure, there's no winners at yoga, so I really do invite you to take this at your own pace. And child's pose is absolutely appropriate at all times, particularly for sense of gratitude. It's my favorite posture for gratitude. On the inhale, I'm going to raise that right leg up, and on the exhale, step that right leg through. Left knee comes down, untuck the left toes, and then coming up for Anjaneyasana on the other side. Again, those nice wide arms here, as if we were catching a ball or the sun. And then if necessary, if possible, maybe coming slightly more deeply into that right knee so that we can really open up that left hip. Inhaling deeply from the low belly into the mid belly and the upper chest. And then with control on the exhale, framing the right foot, bringing the left foot to meet it. So we're back in our forward fold at the front of the mat. Very nice. Inhaling to rise up once again. Arms stay wide at the top, and exhale, hands to heart center, reconnecting with our intention, with the feeling of gratitude. Inhale, arms rise overhead. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, let's get that left foot back again, drop the left knee, untuck the left toes, and then come up on our Anjaneyasana on the inhale. Good. And on the exhale, framing the front foot, bringing it to the back, down facing dog. Inhale, rolling forward for plank. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, halfway lift, little baby cobra, and then exhaling over into downward facing dog. Good. This time we'll step that left leg high, and we'll step it through on the exhale, Anjaneyasana on the other side. So untucking the right toes, dropping the right knee, and inhaling very gently. Good. On the exhale, framing the front foot, bring the right foot to meet the left. Forward fold. Inhale, and arms rise overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Very nice. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat back. Stepping the right leg back, but keeping the right knee lifted this time. And inhaling to come up into a high lunge shape. Good. Again, nice alignment here. That right hip should be nice and aligned with the left. If it's rolling back, make sure that right hips come forward. And just looking up, the pinkies should be kind of coming in towards each other. The hands and the shoulders reasonably relaxed. If the shoulders are tight, then try and relax them down. the back. And if you want, you could heel toe that left foot forward slightly more, just to give a bit more depth into the left knee. Inhaling, low belly, mid belly and upper chest. And then exhaling, hands down, frame your front foot, step it to the back, downward facing dog. Very nice. Inhaling, rolling forward into plank. And exhaling, knees, chest and chin once again. Inhale for baby cobra. And exhaling over, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right leg goes high. Exhale, step the right leg through. Keep the left hand down on the mat. And inhale to raise that right arm up above. We've done a version of this twist earlier when we did the supported side plank. Inhale, just imagine someone's giving that right hand a gentle high five, just to open up slightly in the crew of the chest. Good. Keep that left leg nice and engaged. And on the exhale, frame the right foot, bring the left foot to meet it, forward fold. Very, very nice. Inhale, arms raising overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Feeling grateful. Good. Inhale, arms rising. Exhaling, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, left leg goes back. Keep that left knee lifted. And inhale for that high lunge on the other side. Good. Once again, let's just get our shape nice and correct. So that left hip needs to be square with the right. If it's rolling back, try and make sure it's forward. Inhaling, pinkies coming towards each other, shoulders nice and relaxed. Inhaling all the way into the upper chest. Exhale, maybe you heel toe that right knee further forward slightly so you can come more deeply into the pose. And then exhaling, just to frame that right foot. Good. And then bring it to the back, downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, rolling forward, plank pose. Knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga if you're ready. If you want to take chaturanga, that's great, but there's no right or wrong way to do this. Exhaling over into downward facing dog. Very, very nice. Good. Now on this one, we want to, what do we want to do? We want to make sure that the left leg goes high on the inhale. Step the left leg through, keep the right hand down, and on the inhale, raise that left arm up. That's nice. Nice low lunge twist. Keeping that entire right leg engaged and just inhaling deeply. It's as if someone's giving that left hand there a nice delicate high five. And it's just opening up slightly. The chest, line of the chest opening. Good. Inhaling deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Exhaling with control, framing that left foot, bringing the right foot to meet it at the front of the mat, and hanging heavy in a forward fold. Nice. Inhale, again, arms rising all the way overhead to prayer over the head, and exhale, coming down, hands to heart center, reconnecting with our gratitude, with our attention. Good. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips again. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, stepping the right leg to the back, untucking the right, dropping the right knee, untucking the right toes. Inhaling Anjaneyasana, and then taking the hands to prayer and putting them behind so that they're sort of, the hands are in prayer at the shoulder blades. Good. Just giving ourselves a bit of a rest on those arms behind us, and it gives this ever so slight back bend and chest opening. Good. Inhaling deeply into that shape. Exhale. Inhaling, low belly into the upper chest. And on the exhale, framing the front foot, bringing it to the back, downward facing dog. Nice. Inhale, rolling forward, plank pose. Exhale, knees, chest and chin, or chaturanga if you're ready. Inhale, baby cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale over, downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, right leg goes high. Exhale, step that right foot through. Drop the left knee. And again, Anjaneyasana, inhale. And then taking the hands to prayer and then placing them behind so that we come into that sort of prayer supported Anjaneyasana. It's like modified Anjaneyasana shape. Just allowing the breath to come in from the lower belly all the way into the upper chest. A slight opening in the chest here. Deep breath, low belly into the upper chest. And on the exhale, framing that right foot, bringing the left foot to meet it, forward, fold. Very nice. Just hanging heavy here, grabbing opposite elbows. Good. And then we'll come into our chair posture, if we like to. If the chair is something we enjoy, we can take that little challenge. If not, that's cool. Stay in
stay in the forward fold. So to come into chair, I'm just brushing the hands down on the mat, bringing the knees to a slight bend, and then inhaling to rise up. Oh, everybody's favorite posture, this. Everybody's favorite posture. Making sure I can see the toes over the line of the knees. Maybe I can sit more deeply into the posture. Maybe I can open up slightly more across the chest, feeling a little more gratitude. Personally, I am feeling some discomfort in this posture. I'm trying to tell myself that I'm grateful for it, but sometimes that doesn't work. Inhaling low belly into the upper chest. And exhaling. Inhaling low belly all the way into the upper chest. Exhaling. One more deep breath here. And on the exhale, folding forward again with control. Good. Oh, I'm feeling very grateful now. Very grateful that's over. Good. Inhaling, halfway lift flat back. Good. And then exhaling, stepping back down to facing dog. And just arrive here. If you'd like to take a child's pose, you can take one for a few breaths here. We're just going to arrive in our downward facing dog. So we'll see you in 3-4 breaths if you want to take that child's pose. This is a good time just to arrive here. So 4 deep belly breaths. Good. If you did take child's pose, now's the time to join us back in downward facing dog. And we'll begin our standing series by inhaling to raise that right leg high. Good. On the exhale, step the right leg through between the hands. Bring the right foot close to the right hand. Bring the left foot down to a 45-degree angle, and that enables us to inhale and come up into our warrior one shape. Nice. Now my warrior one is not perfect, but things I'm looking for here are that right hip is nice and square with the left, and the left is nice and square with the right. So if that left hip's staying open, try to bring that left hip forward. Good. If you'd like to, you can take a deep bend in this knee as long as it doesn't go over the line of 90 degrees. And the main thing is that the shoulders are above the hips and that the pinkies are turning in and that the shoulders are relaxed. Good. If you want to, in this warrior one, you can take the hands to prayer and just bring them behind the head and just open that slightly more, the way we were in the Anjaneyasana shape. This just opens the chest slightly more, gives more of a feeling, I feel, of that kind of openness and gratitude. Inhaling from the low belly into the mid belly and the upper chest. And then on the exhale, let's take warrior two. So bringing that right hand down, heel toeing the right foot so that the heel is in line with the left. Good. And then that right knee can again come down. As long as it's not going over that line of 90 degrees, I encourage you to take yourself to a position that feels comfortable and challenging for you. Good. Inhaling again, all the way from the low belly into the mid belly and the upper chest here. Very, very nice. Let's take another deep breath, see if we can really get into this nice warrior two pose. Good. On the next inhale, I'm going to turn that right hand over, and I'm going to bring that right hand up and over the back here for our delightful, peaceful warrior shape. Very nice. Try to keep that bend in the right knee if you can. Looking up at that right middle finger, the way we did earlier when we were stretching out that right side body. Inhaling deeply and feeling that breath going right into that right hip, the right side. Good. And on the exhale, sweeping the right hand down between the legs so that I come into a wide-legged forward fold. Good. Checking the alignment here. Just want to make sure that my toes are pointed in, heels are pointed out. We want to be careful of the hamstrings here. You may wish to use a block for support or not. If you inhale here, you'll find the flat back shape. And then on the exhale, just bringing the elbows towards one another between the line of the legs. This should be an effort on the exhale, but it's not uncomfortable, it's not painful. What we're trying to do is stretch and really move the breath into the body. So see how you're doing. If you want, you can bring the crown of the head to the block, or if you'd like to go further and you feel comfortable, you can perhaps take it deeper. It's entirely up to you. Inhaling deeply from the low belly into the upper chest, and exhaling to let it go. And again. One more. Good. On the next inhale, come up to that flat back first. Make sure we get the flat back, and then let's gently walk the hands to the front. Nice. And then we can step that right foot to the back for a downward facing dog shape. Very, very nice. Good. We'll take a flow here, but this flow is optional. So if you want to meet us back here in downward dog, you can. If you're taking the flow, now's the time to inhale and roll forward into plank. Exhale, knees, chest to chin, or chaturanga. There's no right or wrong here. Inhaling, little baby cobra or an upward facing dog, whichever suits you. And then exhaling over into downward facing dog. Very, very nice. We'll meet those of us who took the child's pose back in downward facing dog here. And then we'll inhale to bring that left foot high behind. Before stepping it through on the exhale, left foot comes towards left hand. And we'll take warrior one the other way. So right foot comes down at 45, and then coming up nice and gently into warrior one. Good. Again, that left knee can be bent any way you want, as long as it doesn't go over the line of 90 degrees. Good. The hips should be square to the front. Often in this pose, that right hip comes back. So if you want to bring the hands to the hips, just to make sure that right hip's nice and forward, that's a good way of checking the alignment. And then looking up at those pinkies, just seeing them turning in towards each other, feeling the shoulders relax. And again, you can take the hands to prayer and just place them behind if you want to feel that kind of slight opening in the chest there. Inhaling deeply, low belly, mid belly, and the upper chest. And on the exhale, take warrior two, if you'd like to. I invite you to take warrior two with me. So my left knee coming out towards the left pinky toe. Good. Very, very nice. And I'm looking back at my right middle finger. It seems in line with the left. The shoulders are above the hips, and that entire right leg is engaged. So that right foot square at 90 degrees, the entire right thigh nice and strong here. Inhaling deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and exhale. Very, very good. And again. And again. Good. Next inhale, turn that left hand over and bring the left hand over the line of the body so that we have that nice shape, that nice peaceful warrior. Keeping that nice bend in the left leg, inhaling deeply all the way into that left hip, opening up that left side body. Exhale. Another deep breath. Good. One more deep breath. And on the exhale, sweeping that left hand down. So I'm in wide-legged forward fold again. I'm going to turn around so I can see the screen, but wide-legged forward fold once more. Good. So again, those big toes facing in, heels turning out, inhaling for a halfway lift, flat back. And then with control, bringing the elbows together between the legs. If possible, not right together, just towards one another. And bringing the crown of the head down. Perhaps you can widen your stance on this iteration. That's nice, perhaps not. All good. Inhale, deep breath, low belly into the upper chest. Exhale. Inhale, low belly, all the way into the upper chest. Exhale. One more deep breath in this posture. And on the inhale, coming back up for a flat back, walking the hands towards that left foot so that's the front of the mat. And then let's step both feet towards the front this time. So we're hanging heavy in a forward fold. Good. Arms rise overhead. Come together above the head and exhale, hands to heart center, finding that gratitude. Good. Very nice, everybody. Very, very nice. Okay. Inhale, arms rise overhead. And exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips again. Inhale for that halfway lift and flat back. And then let's step back into downward facing dog on the exhale. Very nice. Just finding ourselves in that downward facing dog, arriving in the shape. And we'll inhale to bring that left leg high this time. And just open up that left hip. So the left hip is just hanging over, the left foot's hanging over the glutes behind the body. I'm taking some circles in one direction with that foot. And then on the next one, I'm taking the circles the other direction. So just feeling the flushing out of that hip. Good. And then inhaling to step that left foot nice and high behind us. Good, good, good. And then exhaling, stepping that left foot through. We'll come up quickly into our warrior one shape. So bring that right foot down, warrior one. Good. Exhale, warrior two. Very nice. And then inhaling to turn that left hand and come back up. Peaceful warrior. Very nice. Now, next exhale, we'll bring that left hand, that left elbow down to the left knee. Good.
So I'm taking extended side angle. Now there are options here. You can bring the left hand down to the mat, or you can bring it down to a block if you want a more demanding expression. The trick here is to open that right hand again, so that again, it's as if someone gives us a little high five on that right hand, we're really opening the line of the chest. Good. Feeling that right leg nice and engaged, all the way from the foot up through the calf and the thigh and the knee, inhaling from the low belly into the upper chest, and feeling that opening of the chest, a nice deep twist there, and then exhaling to bring that right arm over the line of the head. So we've got that nice long line of energy from the foot all the way up and over. Very, very nice. Extended side angle. Very, very nice, everybody. Very nice, yogis. Good. We'll bring that right hand down to the mat and the left hand to frame the left foot. Bring the left foot to meet the right, downward facing dog. And again, we'll take an optional flow here. If you'd like to take a child's pose, do so. Otherwise, please join me in a flow. On the inhale, come forward. On the exhale, down to the mat. On the inhale, rising up, and on the exhale, over into downward facing dog. Very, very nice. Very, very nice indeed. I'm going to inhale here to raise that right leg high and just open up that right hip again. Bringing the right foot behind the glutes, taking some nice circles one direction, and then taking those circles in the other direction. Just feeling that hip flush out, feeling a nice opening sensation in the hip. Bring that right leg straight behind me, and then exhaling to step that right foot through. Inhaling up for warrior one. Good. You got it? Really nice. Very good. Exhale, let's take warrior two. So we're taking a nice flow. And then inhale, turn that right hand over and come up into a nice peaceful warrior. Oh yes, very good. Next exhale, that right elbow coming to the right knee, or to the mat, or to a block, depending on where you favour that. I try to bring this nice line down the left side of the body as I inhale. Bring that left hand up. Good. Again, it's as if somebody's giving that left hand a delicate high five. So you feel that opening in the chest and really breathing deeply from the low belly into the mid belly and the upper chest. Good. And then on the exhale, bringing that left hand over the line. So we get that lovely extended side angle all the way from that left middle finger all the way down the side of the body, down into the left foot. Really nice. Let's inhale deeply there. Low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and then with control, bring that left hand down to frame the left foot, frame the right foot, and then bring the left foot to meet it at the front of the mat. Once again, forward fold here. Very nice. Let's take opposite elbows in the hands and just hang heavy. Good. Maybe you notice that in this forward fold, there's something slightly different than the last time we hung out here. Ask yourself, what's different? What's the same? Inhaling all the way into the upper chest. Really allowing that out breath to be a full one. And again, low belly breath all the way into the upper chest. And really exhaling fully. Let's rise up on the next inhale so that those arms are coming up over the head. And bringing those hands to heart center, reconnecting with our intention. Nice. Inhale for the arms to rise up, and exhale to fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale for a halfway lift, flat back, and then exhaling to come back into downward facing dog. Good. We're going to inhale to raise that right leg high, and then on the exhale, we're going to step that right leg outside the line of the right hand and drop the left knee. Good. Untuck the left toes and just come up into an early lizard pose. Yeah? So really opening that right hip and feeling that nice opening expression as you inhale deeply from the low belly into the mid belly and the upper chest. Good. If it's available to you, you want to drop down slightly more, you're always welcome to bring the elbows down to a block, perhaps, just to open that right hip slightly more, but there's no pressure. What we're really looking for here is just an opening in the right hip and a real feeling that we're preparing ourselves for the rest of our flow. So that's good. Inhaling deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and exhaling. Good. Coming back up to the hands if you were on a block. That's good. And then just heel toeing that hand inside
the hand. So the right foot is in between the two hands here. Good. As I inhale, I'm coming up onto the left toes. We're going to move into warrior 3 on the right foot. So you may need a block here, but my right knee is bent and I'm slowly bringing the weight into the right knee and then off the left foot. Good. Now, if you need a block or if you're using a block, this is a good time to have that block down in front of us, or we can come up and bring the hands to heart center for a nice, grateful and open warrior 3 shape. You can keep the bend in the right leg, but try to open the chest forward. Even if your hands are on blocks, flexing that left foot and really bringing that chest open for a nice gratitude-focused warrior 3 is what we're after here. Very, very nice, good. And then on the exhale, just bring the hands back down to the mat, bringing the left foot down to the mat and the right foot to meet it in downward facing dog. Very, very nice. We'll take an optional flow, so inhaling, rolling forward. And if you stayed in downward dog, that's all cool. If you're exhaling, chaturanga, or you know what we're doing, we're flowing. We're coming back into our downward facing dog. Very good, very, very good. Good. Inhale, left leg goes high. And exhale, step that left leg outside the left hand. Good. We'll take our lizard this side. So if you need the block, or if you'd like the block, just inhale to open that chest. It's the opening of the chest in lizard that really gives the depth of the hip stretch, I think. It's a nice open chest. And then exhale, maybe you're coming down to the block to really open that left hip up. That's great. I trust your judgment. I trust your assessment of what your body is ready for this evening. And just feeling the breath coming into that left hip. Deep breaths. Good. Inhaling to bring the hands up if they were on the block. Good. And then heel turning that left foot in between the line of the hands. Nice. Once again, we'll take a warrior 3. So I'm coming up onto the ball of the right foot. Good. And then if I am using a block, I'm coming into bringing the weight into the left foot, bring the weight off the right, and then I'm using a block in front of me. Good. If a block is unrequired and you want to try the prayer position in front of the chest, that's also good. Keeping that right foot flexed, maybe straightening that left leg, maybe not, but breathing and really opening the chest and the shoulders here. That's the line we want to open. The opening, the compassion, the generosity, the gratitude. Deep breath, lower belly into the upper chest. And on the exhale, with control, framing the left foot and bring the right foot back down. Let's bring the left foot to meet the right, so we're in a downward facing dog. And then bringing the knees down to the mat. Let's take a wide-kneed child's pose for 4 rounds of breath. Deep breath. I'll see you in a minute. Good. On the inhale, just coming back up to, let's say, a nice comfortable tabletop. Nice. And then on the inhale, coming back into a downward dog. Good. Very nice. Just looking at time here, we will take our next sequence here. So we're going to inhale to bring the right leg high. And then exhale, just step the right leg through between the hands. Coming up briefly into warrior 1. Flowing into warrior 2 on the exhale. Inhaling, peaceful warrior. Exhaling, extended side angle. Bringing that hand over. Take a round of breath here. And another. Inhaling deeply. Exhale. Next inhale, we'll take warrior 3. So bringing the weight into the right leg and coming up into warrior 3 on the right side. Good. And then exhale to stand up.
Good. We'll take dancer. So if you're comfortable taking this as a balance pose, then you're welcome to join me. If not, you may want to stay in warrior 3 and play around, that's fine. If you are taking dancer, left hand to the inside of the left foot, and then on the inhale, the right arm rises up. Good. And then the exhale, hinging forward at the hips. Good. No shame in losing the balance in this posture. I often like to lose the balance in this posture, actually. You can straighten the legs if you want, but the thing here is to open the chest towards the back. Good. Inhaling deeply, low belly, mid belly and upper chest. And exhale. One more deep breath. Low belly into the upper chest. Good. And then with control, coming back to the standing posture, bring the heart arm down, bring the left foot down to the mat. Nice. Very, very good. Just checking my computer's all right. Good. We're in the standing posture. Inhale, arms rise, and exhale, fold forward, hinging at the hips. Inhale, halfway lift, and then exhale, step back downward facing dog. Very nice. And then inhale, left leg goes high. Exhale, left leg steps through, warrior 1. Good. So start with the warrior 1 on the inhale. On the exhale, warrior 2. Good. On the inhale, peaceful warrior. It's called vinyasa flow for a reason. And then exhale, extended side angle. Good. Exhale, take 2 rounds of breath here. So just to get ready for the posture. Inhale and exhale. 1 more. And exhale. Then we'll take warrior 3. So bringing the weight into the left leg. Nice. If you're using a block, please do take it. If not, put hands to heart center. Good. Inhaling deeply, low belly, mid belly and upper chest. And exhaling, bring that right foot to meet the left in a standing posture. Good. We'll take dancer on the other side. I was a little too far forward last time, so I'm coming back so I get more space. Inhale to bring that right foot up and grab the inside of the right sole of the foot with the right hand. And exhale. Inhale, bring the left arm nice and high. Good. And then exhale, tipping forward, hinging at the hips. Good. Coming into a nice dancer pose. Again, opening in the chest here if we can. That right shoulder should be turning back. Good. Kicking into that right hand with force. Inhaling deeply, low belly, mid belly. Find the strength in the pose. Upper chest, exhale. And again. And let it go. 1 more deep breath. Good. And on the exhale, with control if possible. Back to upright. Dropping the right foot down. Shaking the hands off. Maybe shaking the feet off. Good. Very, very nice. Hands to heart center. I'm just bringing the feet hip width apart here. And I'm going to inhale deeply. I'm going to exhale, just come down into a yogi squat between those knees. Good. You can keep the ankles raised if that's where you like them, or you can have them down on the mat. The main thing here is to open that chest up again. So the hands, the thumbs are really at the solar plexus. And that opening, really opening the chest, is what really deepens that stretch in the hips too. So let's take a few rounds of breath. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Deepest breaths today. All the way in and all the way out. Good. If you'd like to take crow with me, you're welcome. Or you can stay in yogi squat. There's no shame. There's no shame in either. There's no joy in either. It's all the same, isn't it? I'm bringing the hands down, and if I am taking crow, I'm going to make sure I keep the gaze forward as I tip up. Yeah. But no pressure to take crow. If you want to stay in yogi squat, you're welcome. Take 3 or 4 deep breaths in crow pose. On the exhale of the 4th breath, we're going to come back to a plank. So you can step or you can hop back. And then we'll take chaturanga from there.
and then come up for an upward dog or a baby cobra, and then over into a downward facing dog. Very, very nice. Good. I know you did great at that, I can tell. I'm not even looking at my computer, but I know everyone did a great crow little sequence there. Fantastic. Inhaling deeply, low belly into the upper chest. And exhale, just bring those ears really nicely between the line of the shoulder blades. This is one of the last downward dogs we're going to do of the day, so let's really make it count. Really feel a full arrival, a nice deep stretch all the way through the back. And inhaling nice and deeply. Last chance for a flow here, so if you do want to take a flow, inhaling to roll forward, exhaling to come down, inhaling to rise up, and exhaling to come over into that downward facing dog shape. Very, very nice. Bringing the knees to the ground and coming up here so that I'm in that, that nice shape. We will take camel just to extend that chest opening and that kind of compassion and gratitude. If you're used to taking this pose and you know roughly what you like to do, then good, that's good. If you want to inhale and come back onto blocks, you can. If you prefer a more gentle stretch, you can always bring the hands to the lower back and take it that way. Or if you want to go further into the deeper expression on the inhale, you can tip back and take those hands to the ankles. The key though is that the stretch is coming from the chest. If there's crunching in the lower back, that's too much. So make sure that you can keep the navel sucked into the belly and that you can take your camel on your terms. Good. Inhaling deeply, really opening up that upper chest. And exhaling. Inhaling. And exhaling. One last deep breath here in camel. And then exhale to reverse, however you got in, that's how you're going to come out. Good. And then we'll come over for a child's pose, just to take it the opposite direction. So wide-legged child's pose, and exhale. So we've taken our peak pose, we took our balancing poses, and now the rest of the class is sort of restorative, rejuvenative. So we've done the most intense part of the practice, and now it's time to kind of reward ourselves, thank ourselves for showing up. Inhaling deeply from the lower belly all the way into the upper chest, and exhaling to let it go. And again, inhaling all the way into the upper chest. Good. Bringing those hands up and back. Let's take staff pose. So bringing the hips around, flexing the feet. Inhaling, arms rising overhead, and exhaling to tip forward. I'm tipping forward at the hips, so my hand may be up here, but I'm tipping from the hips, and that chest is staying open. So yes, perhaps I'm going to grab something, maybe I'll grab the feet or the ankles, but the key thing here is that the opening is coming from the hips. Good. And then if you do manage to grab something, just bring those arms out to the sides and folding forward. Inhaling to rise slightly, and then exhaling to lengthen and deepen the stretch. Full of gratitude, this Paschimottanasana shape. Inhaling deeply into it, and exhaling. And again, deep breath. And again, exhaling. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling deeply. Fullest expression of the pose. Good. And on the inhale, just gently coming back up so that we're in our flexed foot staff pose. Good. Going to bring the left leg out to the side, bringing the sole of the right foot to the left thigh. Turning the torso and inhaling to rise those arms up. And then exhaling to come down to meet that left foot. Now, if you like, you can kind of open the chest slightly. It's a sort of, how do I describe it? So it's as if the right arm is coming over, and so the chest, the right shoulder is opening up slightly. That's a slight opening. So the stretch there is in that right hip. So the right glute stays closely drawn to the mat, but the chest opening slightly brings that right side body to a nice stretch as well. Good. Inhaling deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. And then exhaling just to gently withdraw from that pose and kind of come back up. Good. And then changing feet. That's the yoga term, changing feet for it. So some of the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, turning the torso on the inhale, rising those arms up, and then exhaling, coming down. Good. If you are opening here, to get that stretch, it's as if the left shoulder is opening up slightly. So as if we're coming over this way, and you'll feel that stretch right from that left hip. Again, making sure that that left glute maintains contact with the ground. Inhaling deeply, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. One more deep breath. Good, and then on exhale, just coming back out of that posture. We'll take Baddha Konasana, so soles of the feet together. And just, you can bring those soles of the feet nice and close, or you can keep them further out. Inhaling again to just open the chest, and then exhaling just to fold forward. Bringing the elbows in towards one another. Feeling that nice deep stretch in the hips. I love this pose, I don't know why, it's my favorite. Inhaling deeply. And exhaling maybe to take that pose slightly more deeply, slightly deeper stretch. Inhale. And exhaling. Good. And then inhaling just to come back up. We'll shake the feet off. So just tapping the backs of the knees on the mat. And now we will move into our inversion. So I'm bringing the back down onto the mat, the soles of the feet on the ground. First thing, we will take a bridge pose. So inhaling just to raise those hips up, the knees coming in towards one another, just opening the heart, taking that bridge pose and enjoying that posture. Enjoy the feeling in the lower back, moving in a slightly different direction than where it has been. Inhaling deeply, low belly into the upper chest and bringing those hips up nice and high. Good. Exhaling, bringing the hips back down, one vertebrae at a time, and just hugging the knees into the chest. Good. Good, good. Exhaling, bringing the soles of the feet to the ground. Good. Now, on the next inhale, we'll take the staff legs. So those feet are flexed up and above. Good. Exhale there. And then on the next inhale, we'll come over into plow. So those feet come over behind the line of the shoulders. Feet might touch the ground. Maybe they don't, that's all right. You might want to clasp the hands for a bit of a shoulder stretch here. Deep breath in plow pose. Very important, deep breath, low belly, mid belly, upper chest. Exhale, letting it go. Keeping the neck still. And then bringing the hands to the lower back. I'm rolling those feet back up and I'm coming into shoulder stand. The hands walking up the back to meet the shoulder blades if possible, but keeping the head and neck very, very still. We really want to protect the head and neck at all costs here. Head and neck, very, very important. Everything else is secondary. If you're in the posture, flex the feet. Enjoy the sensation of the energy moving in a different direction. Inhaling deeply from the low belly into the upper chest and exhaling deeply. Take a full breath here. And exhale. One more. And on the exhale, we can bring the feet back over behind us into plow. Bringing the hands down to the mat, using them as brakes, so that when we do eventually roll one vertebrae at a time, the hands are really keeping this a stable shape. And as we roll over, we can come up into boat pose, because I'm very grateful for boat pose and I really want to include it. Ah, yes. Inhaling deeply, low belly, into the upper chest. And then exhaling gently to bring the soles of the feet down to the ground. Good. So nearly there. Inhaling just to bring the knees up onto the balls of the feet. And then bringing those knees over to the left and hopping the hips over to the right. Just looking over the right shoulder. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling. Make sure you get that nice deep spinal twist here. Inhaling deeply all the way into the upper chest. And exhaling. Next inhale, bringing the knees up to the midline. And on the next exhale, again, balls to the feet. And then bring those knees over to the right side. Good. Hopping the hips over to the left, looking over the left shoulder. Nice deep spinal twist. Maybe bringing a hand down to the left thigh just to make sure that those legs are coming down. Deep breath, low belly, mid belly, upper chest, and let it go. One more deep breath, low belly, mid belly, and upper chest. Exhale back into the midline. Good. I'm going to inhale just to hug the knees into the chest here. And then I'll take happy baby, grabbing the outsides of the feet, maybe rocking gently left and right, maybe not, maybe just really taking an opportunity to stretch those hips out one more time. Inhaling deeply, low belly into the upper chest, and exhaling, good. Bringing the soles of the feet to the ground, stretching the soles of the feet out in front of us, and finding our final resting pose. We have a minute or two here, so I will let you breathe into the posture for a moment and then walk us through a meditation. Feeling supported by the mat beneath us, our weight heavy on the mat. No breathing technique, just relaxed. Just bringing to mind something that we're grateful for. And as we bring it to mind, just filling the vision of that thing with sunlight, warm sunlight. And that sunlight also fills the space between the eyes. And we feel warm sunlight just spilling out and just kind of really taking over and just filling the body with a sense of warmth. Channeling it through that space between the eyes, from that thing that we are grateful for. Just allow that visualization to take its own shape for you. Good. Next inhale, you may let the visualization go, but just bring the breath deeper into the body and just moving the fingers and the toes now. You're welcome to stay in Shavasana if you choose, or if you are ready to move on, then rolling over to the left or right side, and just allowing the mat to support us in fetal position. Inhaling deeply. Next inhale, just pressing up into a closing seat. And I'll meet you when you're ready, just in the closing seat. Hands to heart center, picturing that thing that we're grateful for. Inhaling all the way into the upper chest. And exhaling for Om. Om. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great day, the rest of the day.